what's up? Um, I'm making food right now. Y'all want to hear it? Watch it on the flip. Nice, nice prime rib. Let me back this up. Yeah, I don't really have much to talk about, so I'm just gonna talk. Uh, I'm losing weight, and I gotta lose all this weight before my birthday, which is quite a time. I got like 2.5 months left, and you see how you see this? Like, I used to be 196. I'm 5'3", so for like um reference, I'm fat as fuck, or I was fat as fuck. But due to like 2 panic attacks and like a lot of self hate, I done lost a lot of weight. So don't end fat phobia, bro. Low key help type shit. I told my brother that he was um he used to fat shame me a lot, and he just laughed and he was like, "Yeah, nigga, you fat." So, and then I told him it actually hurt me. He was like, "You think I'm gonna take that serious?" So, and I don't want him to get on here and like lie and say he didn't say that shit, cause that motherfucker did say that shit. Flip that on there. I got some nice little straw babies, you know. Throw a little cup on there. We'll do a nice. We got a little small one. No, they're all pretty decent size. We'll do a nice 3. Now, if you think I'm eating like this because I fucking want to, no. And if you think I'm eating like that to diet, you're also fucking stupid. No, this is because I didn't take care of my body and I stress ate for 24 years, which led me to have GERD. So, boner appetit. Mm, I'm not gonna lie, that didn't taste right. I'm not even gonna lie. Let me get one more bite. I didn't check the expiration date on the package. Alexa, what's today's date? So it says the 23rd, but that shit does not. No, shut the fuck up. That's how you talk to a woman in your house. That was a joke. Smooth out there. Very innovative. Skillet, top of the thing. Regardless, my dad is my parents right now. They're over my little sister's friend's house, and her mom was just diagnosed with cancer. Very sad. And I asked my dad, we're having another conversation about fixing my car, and I go, "Hey, um, yeah, I kind of need you to do whatever." And I go, "Oh, where y'all at? Y'all got people over?" He's like, "Nah, um, we at said lady's name house. She got the Grammy thing." I'm like, like, what the fuck does that have to do with my grandmother? And then I thought, oh, my grandmother's like a hoe. I was like, oh, she cheated on her husband. Um, but then I was like, wait, no, that doesn't make sense. And then I had to like think about it for a second, but it was like an awkward 2 minute like silence. And then I remember my grandma had breast cancer, so that was the way he dropped. That lady has breast cancer on me. So he couldn't have he didn't have to say anything. He could just been like over her house. So I think that's what happens when you're just a middle aged black man. especially of that era. Maybe it's just innate for you to like codify everything and then make it worse by putting it in code. And that's his mother. But it's almost overly ironic that earlier in the day I was speaking about that grandmother because a friend of mine's mom is going through um, some like intense health challenges, and we were talking about it kind of communally, them and a couple other friends, and yeah, it just got awkward. So I said my grandmother had a mastectomy, and they just had her, like a filleted fish, just. And I don't know why I thought that was the right way to explain the fact that my grandmother had a serious life saving procedure. So yeah, I'm very ignorant to cancer too, and I noticed that because in my head I go, okay, if you have breast cancer and it goes like to the boobs, it's like cancer of the foot, right? You just cut off the foot, right? You just cut off the breast, and like somebody was like, oh, this is traumatic, and like but I was just like, but isn't that science? And then I recognized, oh, that's why I'm not a doctor, because I didn't even think about trying to. Yeah, but I just don't know how cancer works. So I really hope that lady gets better, because she's a great person to some people, but like she's also got like an evil way about her, and that's funny because so does my grandma. So like my grandma's like horrid sometimes. So it's quite fitting that. Okay. Nah, but I really they just say mean stuff a lot to people who don't really like need that. Like my grandmother still kind of makes fun of my stud cousin, which I grew closer to that cousin once they came out because it was like easy. It was like, oh, you like pussy? Now we have something in common. Your sisters, I don't have shit in common with them. I'm not trying to fuck a guy who got Cartier buffs on and wears purple jeans with the tag out. But I fuck with you because you like to wear those same purple jeans. She went through an Ethica phase, which was just so egregious because they wear the Ethicas like this, and it's like out, and it's like you're not even packing meat in that Ethica. You're packing a cooter. Like, calm down, Bucky. Calm down, Missy. But I'm finding different dynamics. Actually, I just found another stud that I went to high school with. She's the younger sister to this guy that I unfortunately had to be friends with. And now she's rapping. And that shit's so ass. But it's also fucking me up because she's trying to be a nigga, but her voice too light to be a nigga. So it's like a backyardigan rapping to like some drill shit. And it's so confusing because I'm like, I don't want to dish your manhood type shit, but like, that shit ass. Like, this is garbage. No matter if you were, a gangster. Okay, I just thought about this, but like, how gangster can you be if like you're supposed to be running the streets, but then there's a period within your month that you like, you gotta like, take some Midol just to get through the day. But maybe that's fitting because like niggas in the streets, they take like Percocets to get through the day. So you could just be like, yeah, I'm taking a perk, but it's really just like a Midol or some other lady like products to help with your menstruals. I'm in support of that. I want to see more studs in positions of power. More dynamic lesbians, as I call them, because I feel like it's unfair. Just to be a lesbian, not that hard. I think every girl has had a gay experience, but when you actually stand on it and like now you a stud, or you got like a undercut. Actually, undercuts are deceiving because there was this one girl who came in with an undercut. We all thought she was gay at one of my previous jobs, but she ended up fucking the 30-year-old Mexican guy instead of me, and she was only 18, and I was 20 at the time, so it was like a nice little. But she chose to choose the 30-year-old, the 30-year-old immigrant who was a Trump supporter, and he wasn't even like a real immigrant, like no accent, like he'd been in the country since he was 2. I'm like, not no immigrant for real, like, but you claim it, and he'd be like, I'm Colombian, or damn, I said Mexican earlier. That's racist. My bad. I forgot. Cause she was Mexican. That's why I thought that. Not because I think all Mexicans and Latins look alike. I know the differences. Especially with the women's, cause like Mexican women built like trapezoids, but like so you usually see a trapezoid from the skinny part up top. Just flip it upside down. That's a Mexican girl. They built like Roblox. You know. But like respectfully, and they still beautiful. Some of the most beautiful women. Every girl I've ever been in a committed relationship with has been a Mexican woman. But you know, so maybe that diss that I just said is more about me than them. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. More studs in power, like I was saying. I'm kind of mad though, cause Drewski kind of ran with the stud agenda, and I was really on the stud agenda early on. There was this one stud I went to high school with freckles. I was in love with her, but I just never told her. I forgot her name. I think it was like Tamia or some shit. If you seeing this, you had like 3 siblings and they all look like you, and your sister got her ass beat, and you joined in and you beat that girl ass. That shit was fire. And she was little body like me, but she probably got like some shitty tattoo sleeve. And yeah, what's up with that? Like black people, let's work on this. Stop turning 18 and getting roses and your mama name tatted on you and like this egregious sleeve with some clouds, or like your birthday, or like the day your daddy died. Like you remember it, so why you need a tattoo of it? That's kind of stupid. Mind you, I do got a tattoo of a paraplegic horse, so I'm with dumb tattoos a little bit. And I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. Some people, a bad tattoo is on them, right? Like, why'd you choose that design? Me? Or no. It's more on the artist for like fucking you up, right? You would think, oh, like, oh, the stencil look good, the drawing, the sketch. Mine was more of like just a trust in myself, and the nigga who gave me the tattoo, phenomenal artist. The way that he drew the image on paper, on his flash, it looked anatomically correct. But to then put it on my skin and to not add color and depth and thing like that, like just give me a black and gray tattoo like I want, he stripped a lot of that. And he had made the same tattoo on another person. It looked great. And then on me, it just kind of, it's not a bad tattoo from the neck up. The tattoo, the horse's body is great. The horse's legs is just where we have an issue. But I sport that bitch. I love it actually, cause he's done phenomenal work everywhere else. Speaking of that, if you're seeing this, I want to flood my back out. So I'm gonna contact you, cause I think that's gonna be my last tattoos. I'm gonna do like a shoulder cap here, finish this one out. Oh, also like, wait, hold up. Let me see. I don't even know if the camera's gonna be able to pick this up, but just look real quick. It's getting better. Like, I'm getting a little strong. I got a vein that kind of like goes through there. I'll post a video of it or a screenshot of how good it looks here, cause I'm getting better. Oh, when I worked at the good old Pubby Wubby, I won a chili cook-off championship, and I ate that chili for 3 weeks after that. And then about 2 months later, I figured out that I have stomach issues. So could have been this. So fuck you, Cindy, for making me participate. It was kind of dope though, cause I had this little Korean lady who used to do the sushi at the Publix. She kind of coerced people into voting for me. Like she would not let people walk past it. Was the chili that good? Probably not. I got it from like a keto, what's that shit called? Keto cookbook. You put like chorizo in it. Gas, fire. I never even like had chorizo prior to that. You know what's crazy? Before my stomach, BG, that's what I call it, before GERD. I never tried burrito tacos, so my heart kind of breaks for that. There's not many foods I miss, but I miss the fact I never got to eat that. I've never had seafood for real, and I'm mad that I can't eat pineapple pizza from Papa John's. If I could have all these stomach issues and couldn't eat anything, but I could still eat pineapple pizza or pizza in general, I'd be okay. I'd actually be ecstatic, Cause there's really not many pizzas. I mean pizzas. There's not many food choices that I really would make. I was like a chicken tender kid. But yeah, I'm looking for love again. Marlon, I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep saying Marlon name. Marlon, you're a beautiful girl. I love you to death. She didn't understand my farewell playlist that I gave her, and I had to lie and say it wasn't the right playlist. But if she listened to each one, it was really about like, hey, I want to be with you, but I can't. Or yeah, I miss you, but this is why. Or yeah, I want to be with you, but I'm a piece of shit. And she didn't. She didn't understand that. And I put a fire one on there. I gave her one of the best songs to ever exist. It's called "Then You Can Say Goodbye" by Betty Swan. Old 50s, like 60s song. Great soul music. Betty Swan is amazing. Beautiful voice. And that was her favorite one. But like, yeah, nigga, duh. The fuck you think I am? I got heat on me. But yeah, I just need an episode, so I made this. So I'm gonna keep it brief. Keep it brief. Actually, you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna show you my underwear. I got new underwear, and I just want to see how y'all thought my butt looked a little bit. Is that sus? I've talked a lot about like the LGBTQ plus community, but like if I acknowledge it as the real name, doesn't that make me not homophobic? Just by virtue of me actually acknowledging the group by what the group stands for, and not by like this like alternative like, oh, I'm gonna be like crass just to like I don't be like the gays. I guess too aggressive. I'll be like, queer folk. Okay, well, but then I said queer, like, yeah, I got a homie that's queer. And I think it's because I said homie, the girl that heard that was like, that's very offensive. And I was like, nigga, that's what he go by. I literally think his Instagram name is queer baiting. But like, with like, I don't know, it's like a play on it because his last name's like, I don't remember. But yeah, so I was like, yeah, my homie queer. And, oh, I know why she said that though, because I was like, my homie queer, what the fuck does that mean? I think that was the whole statement. So maybe she was valid because I kind of was being dismissive at the end, but I just don't know what that means. Like I had somebody call me or call my brother an octoroon, or they talked about my brother and said he an octoroon. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? And then they explained it to me, and I was like, I heard that probably in like 8th grade when we was talking about slavery. And since I was one of the few black kids in that class, they had to actually, yeah, because I had one other nigga. His nigga name was Larry. Larry big as hell. Larry big as hell, light skinned, loud. And like when we was kids, I'm not gonna say he was gay, but he was just a little sassy. But the girl that I was in love with liked him, so that's probably why I'm saying that. So fuck you, Larry, for what you did back in 8th grade. But yeah, I remember they used to look at him and then look at me and then look at him and then look at me and then be like, oh, that's the slave we talk about. And then when we talk about like Thomas Jefferson and them, oh, that's the other slave. That's the house one. So when they was telling us the differences in, 8th grade Georgia history, actually, I think I got that nigga in trouble when we was picking cotton. Like they dead made us pick cotton in that class. That shit crazy. And then we had this nigga who was half Filipino. Shout out my nigga Andre, but they had this little half Filipino, half Haitian dude in there. He don't claim shit, his people technically wasn't slaves, or they were slaves to the French. Like, who's scared of the fucking French? And then Filipino, and then his mama like real Asian, so like she don't look like the Filipinos that's low key Spanish, or like, so basically just Mexicans. No, she looked like like a islander, like she been there. And then he looked different. Him and his brother, they just look different. I've just never seen that combo before and such. They's good looking dudes too. Great bone structure, small heads, but like just good jaw lines, nice teeth. They look real good, but it just didn't make sense. I was so, and he had like an older brother who wasn't like his, like, it was like half brother, and that nigga was like real Haitian, like a Zoe type shit. But and then we had this other Haitian in the neighborhood who had a fat old head. That nigga name, I think, was like Jalen or Jaden, big old head, like that motherfucker was big. He looked like them peanut people off of the Proud Family movie. But also my nigga Darius had a head like that too. But then Darius got his ass beat by like a oddly shaped Mexican man by the name of Rojo. Actually, Rojo was real skinny back then. He got a dad body now because he a daddy. Pause. Oh, shout out all the daddies and shit. Shout out Father's Day was a couple times ago, couple weeks. So yeah, shout out fathers. I only know like 3 real fathers. Shout out my boy Alex. He officially became 2 daddies. Even though he been the daddy. But I was just so happy. It made me cry almost. I was like, oh, that's so beautiful. Cause then I thought like, damn, if I was to have a kid, I would give it to that nigga too. I wouldn't even trust myself to raise it, but I've never seen a dad balance life so well. Like he just he's so him. He's still like, 28, 29, however the fuck old he is. But then he also like a whole daddy. And then he a Cowboys fan, so he just handles so much like anxiety and disappointment at the same time. Like, you got, oh my God, I got to care for all these women. I'm supporting families and shit. And then also it's like I'm a Cowboy fan, so like as much as I love my life, I also hate it. So, yeah. But yeah, man, that's all I got for the podcast. Hope they enjoyed their shout out. So fuck y'all. Not the people I just spoke about previously. I just meant like the people watching. Yeah, I cooked gourmet meals. This shit tastes raw. I'm not even gonna lie to you, so I'm not gonna finish that. But them strawberries hit. But I'm gonna get another bite. Big bite. That shit uncooked. Look how much bad. Like I be burning shit. Yeah, my kitchen's pretty dirty. My brother's not here. Actually, I'm going to give y'all a quick apartment tour. This is what happens when my brother's not here. Crazy, ain't it? We got a whole TV. We got a new TV and shit. Shit everywhere. But, yeah. This has been the Really Bad People podcast. Bye. Oh, and if my grandma ever watches this or any of my cousins, I don't give a fuck. Fuck y'all. But not like the grandma I love. I love you, Greta. Grammy, eat a dick.
Really bad people, really bad people, really bad people, really bad people, woo, really bad people, really bad people, really bad people, really bad people.